Yo, what's up, and welcome back to the podcast, y'all. I'm your host, Devin Freeman,
Ryland Cox.
and today we're covering immigration and all the topics that go along with it. And we have four main topics we're going to talk about today, being the different groups who immigrated, reasons why they immigrated, and we're going to go deeper, like in depth on those groups who immigrated.
Do you know what immigration is? Immigration is the act of moving to another country from another country to live there permanently. Immigrants have always been a large part of American history and even make up around 14% of the population today.
That is a lot of percent of the population that weren't even born here.
Definitely. Immigration numbers were at their peak in the 1820 to 1930s, which gave the period the name the Great Era of Immigration.
And you know what? I'm personally happy we have people who immigrated here because Mexican restaurants, Chinese restaurants, I mean, those are some of my favorite food places.
Definitely some of the best food places.
But the first subject we're going to cover and elaborate more on is the background information of the whole movement. So America was just coming off of a civil war at the time, so they were completely divided and broken apart, and everything was broken up, including the economy, which forced America to go into a reconstruction, and many people wanted to come into a new, booming, and rebuilt America, where they thought everything was going to be, great, and there's just going to be a brand new America. But the new people brought more knowledge and new opportunities, and the new industrial factories required many employees to run them, which was a perfect opportunity for the immigrants to come in and fill the jobs of like those factories to get them really up and booming.
Like it very fastly developed.
Yeah.
You could say.
Yep.
So why did the people choose to immigrate? People chose to immigrate for many different reasons, depending on where they came from and their own personal belief. One big reason was to be included in the amazing economic opportunities of America. People like the Jews came to America to escape the religious persecution they were facing in Europe. Some people would immigrate temporarily to take the benefits of the American economy and make money, then return home to their families.
Yep.
Which, I mean, that definitely makes sense. If you were getting persecuted for choosing to practice your own religion, I would probably move too.
100%.
So the next topic is the different groups of immigrants. The first group is the largest, and it was over 7.8 million people, and they immigrated from Northern and Western Europe and were called the Old Immigrants. They were from places like Great Britain, Ireland, and Scandinavia, just to name a few large ones. And they were by far the biggest group of immigrants, and they were all sent to Ellis Island to be processed and tested to make sure they were good to come into America.
The next group was over 3 million people that came from Southern and Eastern Europe, like we said earlier. They were called new immigrants, and they were from places like Romania, Hungary, Poland, and Italy, and they were the second largest, also going to Ellis Island, and they actually formed together with the other immigrants from the northern and western parts of Europe, and they formed like a group of over 10 million.
And I mean, that's a lot of people to come in. The next group were the Asians, who came from Japan and China, and there were over 240,000 of them, with a ratio of men to women being 20 to 1. And I mean, that is just a crazy statistic.
That is insane.
They were denied citizenship at first, but later got accepted in. The Chinese people came in and filled jobs like being gold miners, and they also filled many agricultural jobs, which Devin is very thankful they came in. Devin loves his Chinese food, as he said.
I do love my Chinese food. I cannot lie. The next group we're going to talk about, during this time period, there wasn't actually a ton of them. There's only around 90,000 people that came over from Latin America. They were the smallest group by far that I could find. And they came for better work economy and also to escape war and dictatorship. And I mean, that's a pretty good reason to go somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, if there was a war going on here, I feel like if I had a family, I would definitely get them out of harm's way.
Yeah. And now we're going to talk about some of the pros of immigration. And it was definitely like one of the pros was that we were getting new people to fill factory jobs and they could work for cheaper wages. I mean, I know if I had to pay somebody a lot or just paying someone a little, I'm going to choose the littler option. I know that sounds bad, but
yeah,
it's what you're going to do. Another one is cultural diversity flourished with all the new people coming in. They brought their different cultures and religion, and that was great for America. I mean, it brought like a mixing pot of cultures.
There's with those new cultures coming in, it just really allows people to expand on what they believe, and will definitely transform you, because when you believe new things, you get different ideas, and that'll just transform into different things.
Yeah.
Have people thinking more wide open.
And another one is they brought new inventions and hard work to an economy to help grow it at a rapid rate, which definitely helped America out at the time.
I mean, when you have new inventions coming in, like for reference, Eli Whitney and the cotton gin completely changed how fast you could process cotton.
100%.
The immigrants brought many changes with them. And the first thing they changed were the way the laws were structured. There was many new laws that were passed to either help immigration or stop immigration. The next thing that was changed was the economy. The immigrants increased the size of the workforce, boosted tax revenue, and also encouraged consumer demand. Then the immigrants transformed the culture, as we said before, made it a mixing pot of culture, as people would say. And they also changed the cities that they're moving into. The immigrants brought new ideas and lifestyles to completely change the way the cities operated and looked.
I mean, let's just think of like a city like Chicago, for example. I mean, if you don't have that different diversity and those different cultures, I don't believe it's truly the same as Chicago is now.
No.
I mean, same goes for any major city. And I think, again, just having all those cultures in America just goes to show, like, we're best country in the world, you know? Like, we got everything.
I don't think there's any country that matches the diversity we have here in America.
There are many aspects, though, that changed due to immigration. There were also many aspects that stayed the same. That combined with values of Americans, they remained the same, even with the new immigrants. And the structure of the government also did not change. The immigrants played a large role in the industries. However, I don't believe they changed them, only helped boost the development of them and kind of helped them develop faster, you know? And the boundaries of America also did not change due to immigrations, due to immigrants flooding in. We just found more space for them. Kind of filled out America, which is another good pro
thing
about them.
Using the land wisely.
Yeah.
Expanding. Kind of to sum it up, the key points of immigration can be summed down to 5 big points. Immigration peaked in the 1820s to 1930s, and it really became a big thing while America was in the Reconstruction phase. The immigrants were immigrating for better opportunities, whether it's economically, as we said, the Jews, they've had better opportunities to practice their religion, and there were also many different groups of immigrants from different places, all over, whether it's Asia and Europe, you know. And the immigrants really helped America out by bettering the economy and mixing in new culture.
Yeah, 100% they did. You know, a few shout outs. China Walk, Taco Tequila. I mean, some of the best food places around us.
Yes, definitely.
I mean, they definitely helped shape my America. So, all right, that was it for today's podcast. Tune back in next time. Catch you later.